Heidi-ho, neighbor. Welcome back to Stil'rs Chalk Talk here on Fox Sports Net Wheeling, Pittsburgh. I'm your host, TANTLINGER. We are here every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. talking black and gold football. I use the we. Well, it's just me this week, but the we is Mike McMahon, the quarterback, former quarterback of the Lions, Eagles, the Winnipeg Green Bombers or something like that. Now, Mike's played in the NFL for a long time. Now he's my co-host and golfing partner here on Stil'rs Chalk Talk. He'll start joining us again regularly next week so you can get his insights from a guy who's been jacked up on a football field by some of the game's very best. Who's going to give you better perspective than that? Some little skinny and reporter from the South Side who played video games all his life. I like football. Looks like that Miami Dolphins head coach. I guess he played 7th grade football. That's what made him the head coach of the Dolphins. There is hope for all of us. It springs eternal. I may become Pope of the Catholic Church eventually. You know, hope springs eternal. All right, back to Stil'rs Chalk Talk. So, let's try to find some positives. Can we at 2-5? Can't say enough about Minkah Fitzpatrick. He's a one-man wrecking crew. I wouldn't want hit by him, would you? He is third on the team with 39 tackles, 23 solos, and 16 assists. And he is a sledgehammer. He is a future Hall of Famer if he stays healthy. If this Stil'rs organization gets their head out of their third port of contact for the next 10 years, Minkah Fitzpatrick is a Hall of Famer. Miles Jack! Well, I didn't know really what to expect with him, considering the mistakes they've been making at inside linebacker for the last couple of years. He's solid. He is solid. He leads the team in tackles at 68. 41 solo, 27 assists. He likes to play football. He likes to hit people. I like that in my linebackers. Devin Bush, second leading tackler in your Pittsburgh Steelers. 42 tackles total. 27 solo, 15. Again, do the comparison. Miles Jack at 68. Devin Bush at 42. I do not have total amount of plays per player in front of me on this stat sheet right now. That is a key indicator. Devin Bush has done a lot better in recent weeks. He's looking himself. I asked Coach Tomlin about that at this week's press conference.
Create opportunity for guys like him.
Coach, Devin Bush looked to be getting back to his former self pre-injury. What did you make of his performance?
I agree, but I think that's been the storyline regarding him for the 2022 season.
All right, so Devin Bush is playing better. Minkah is doing everything he can. Hell, even Terrell Edmonds. He's playing to stay in the league. He's playing for a contract. He's finally hitting some people. Your Steelers have their work cut out for them this week against the Eagles. I mean, this Eagles offense, this Eagles defense is a juggernaut at this point. I mean, I don't even know where to start breaking this game down. The Eagles' offense ranks 4th, points per game, yards per game. This is a good offense. They rank 1st in their pass attempts in the league. They're only 5th in rushing yards per game. The Steelers have their work cut out for them off defensively this week. There's no doubt about that. You're playing in the confines of Philadelphia. If you've never been there, if you've never had to go to a baseball game or a football game or a hockey game in Philadelphia, be glad you're from Western Pennsylvania. Be glad you're from West Virginia. Be glad you're from Ohio. If I was governor of Pennsylvania, the first thing I would do, we would cut Pennsylvania down the middle from Harrisburg and literally give Philadelphia to New Jersey. Their fans are rude. They have a jail in their stadium. A jail. It's often used by their lunatic fans. We've got a problem this week. They use the no-huddle offense proficiently. They run most of everything out of the shotgun. Guess what they don't do a lot of? Jet sweeps. In case you didn't hear the second segment, go find it. They use motion like they should 25% of the time, unlike Matt Canada's 100% of the time. But what they do best, what you don't see out of the Stil'rs team up until this point, is play action and RPO. They do it well. They run the no huddle. And somehow out of the no huddle, they're still running a great RPO play action offense. They run the screen pass really well. They don't give a defense time to line up and prepare. This is a problem. This game could get out of hand really, really quickly. This could be a 42-6 slacking at the hands of the Eagles. And I'm being optimistic. I don't know. They got problems. So let's go to the captain, Cam Hayward, and Alex Highsmith, who got chop blocked to no avail last week in Miami. If you go back and watch the tape, he did not have a good game. The Dolphins running backs had his number, man. They cut his legs out from him, underneath him constantly. He didn't get anywhere near Tua, and he was leading the league in sacks a couple weeks ago. So let's head inside the Steelers locker room and, get Cam Hayward's take on this week's game.
Is there anything more to playing a team that's the best team in the NFL right now?
No. They've done a great job in their first, 6 or 7 games. And, as a competitor, you just want to play good opponents. And we get to do that this week.
Jalen Hurts, is he like anyone that you've played this year so far?
I would say he's similar to Tua in some ways, but, man, they're both really good. And mobility-wise, in RPO games, throwing the ball downfield to some pretty talented receivers. But I think he does a really good job of running the ball. 6 touchdowns rushing out of their 13 is pretty good number for what they're trying to do.
You guys think you found something in the last 3 quarters in Miami?
We'll see. I know we settled in and, in a hostile environment. I thought we responded or reacted well to, the touchdown early and then some field goals. But we got to get off the bus, not surrender any points.
Cam, quarterbacks are getting more and more mobile. As a defense, how much do you feel like you guys are adjusting to that style of play? How much does it make you ready for a guy like Jalen?
They've always been mobile. We've got Lamar Jackson in our division. He's no slouch either. So, the more and more you get, the more you just have to have good rules and execute your assignments. And then, the big thing has been the RPO game. It allows run play action looks, and it really puts the defense in harm's way, because if you cheat up, then stuff behind you is going to get
Cam, it's harder to get a pass. How does that affect the pressure? Pass rush? Mike said he had
I think it's a lot of quick passing right now. We're not getting in enough situations where we can rush the passer. And then, RPO games are so quick that it takes away from the rush.
Can some of that lack of pressure, if you will, is a part of it, paying a little more attention to the run game?
I think it's both. I thought second and third quarter and fourth, we were able to stop the run a little bit better, and then we were able to rush a little bit better. I know we didn't have any sacks, but I thought we got some good pressure after that. But it's all about stopping first down, getting behind the chains. When they stay on schedule in those RPOs, it allows them to just keep doing it. When you do stop that, then it allows them to open up their playbook and have to dial up something a little bit further downfield. So when they do that, we got to make them pay.
Can you blitz against him, or teams have tried to start to blitz him?
You can blitz against them, but it's not always successful. So a little bit of both. You can't be a sitting duck, and you got to make sure you're in attack mode.
Butts always talked about treating that quarterback as a running back after he escapes. I feel like you guys have developed a good feel for that over the years. Having to be careful when he's in the pocket, but once he turns it up, you guys got to treat him differently.
I just think the way the rules are, you have to treat him like a running back. You can't just sit back and let them follow their reads, because they can potentially run the ball. So I think that's always been our mantra. You got to hit downfield, and you got to hit the quarterback.
I know 90 won't be back this week, but getting him back, how much of a boost potentially after this bye week is it going to be for this defense?
We'll see. It's not on his shoulders. We'd love to have him back, but he's got to get added to the fold. Spending that time off is not going to be easy to just replicate where you were, but he definitely helps the situation.
And you're talking about those RPOs. It's going to be challenging for the middle linebacker. Specifically for you as a defensive lineman, is it changing how you play?
Not necessarily how we play, because for the most part, we're going to be playing run in that situation. And usually in RPOs, if you see a O-lineman downfield in a pass, it should be called. Doesn't always get called that way. But for the linebacker position, it's very tough, because you're looking at running backs, wide receivers, depth of the O linemen, and you just gotta almost play football to a sense.
Cam, Mike after the game talked about defense and not coming up with splash plays and creating turnovers. What can you do to get more turnovers? Can you try to force it a little bit more? Is there something you can do to try to initiate that?
There are so many different ways. Catch the balls we're supposed to catch. Get the sacks we're supposed to get. When we do get the sacks, strip the ball. And then in the running backs, you gotta lay the wood, and you gotta make sure you punch the ball out. Those are three different ways we can get turnovers. I know we're playing an opponent that's only turned the ball over twice in 6 games, so we got our work cut out for it, but we got to make sure we take advantage of those opportunities.
As a leader on the defensive side and of the team in general, how do you avoid frustrations when the offense is struggling with your guys?
Worry about what we can control. Worry about how we can affect this game. As a defense, we just have to be more opportunistic. When our offense falls flat, we got to step up and make plays.
With their running game they have with Sanders, what kind of challenge?
Man, he does a great job of going north to south, but he can also bounce it. That RPO, either Jalen's taking it and passing or running. But if you don't take Miles Sanders seriously, he's going to really dice you up.
All right, boys and girls, that's been Steelers Chalk Talk for this week on Fox Sports Wheeling Pittsburgh with Tank. Geez, even Cam Hayward doesn't sound optimistic about this one. I don't know. I'll get back to you next week. It doesn't look good. Here's the one thing. When they get shellacked by the Eagles and put up 6-10 points, I hope Mike Tomlin mans up and fires Matt Canada. Tank out.